I don't believe what he did was incitement. But if Democrats want to play by these stupid rules, then they need to prove the consistency so they can demonstrate the validity of their claim. Because I don't consider anything that they're claiming right now valid. I don't believe that they deserve any of your attention and regard as anything other than fools. Because they lack the consistency to support the veracity of their claim. People who truly care about this stuff care about it regardless of the side that does it. People who care about this stuff, they care regardless if it's a Republican or a Democrat, regardless if it's a man or a woman. Everything else is a variable because the principle and the issue at stake is the principle violated. And these people aren't serious, as evidenced by their inability to recognize violence anywhere else it occurs in the United States. Apparently, Washington, D.C., with the Meal Team 6 that decided to storm in and the one Burning Man guy who demanded an organic vegan diet in jail because he's a millennial. I mean, that's the only instance of this ever happening. And yet, we've had countless further incidents of violence and mayhem from the left in other cities that has been completely unacknowledged by the left at large. It's hard to take people seriously when you ignore the fact that a federal courthouse was attacked in Portland. But yet they sit here and cry insurrection. Really? Did they cry insurrection when the left stormed the Capitol and took up residence in Dianne Feinstein's office? And they had to get Capitol Police out? Yes, but Dana, there was no one injured, etc. No, maybe not in Washington, D.C., but let's look at the streets of America. Is it a difference that it takes place in the People's House rather than Main Street? Because I'll tell you, to these business owners that are out there trying to rebuild their lives after raging Black Lives Matter and Antifa mobs burned everything that they had down to ash, it doesn't make one damn bit of difference whether or not the violence took place in the Capitol or took place in their own store. Do you want to make that argument to these people? Is there really a difference? Is Main Street less valuable than the Capitol? I get the optic and I get, that we're supposed to revere it. But if you don't revere Main Street and if you can't understand the importance and the significance of what these people have been going through for the past year, then I'm not really sure you should be taken seriously when you make the argument about the Capitol. Is Tucker in St. Louis? Or is Lee's Pawn and Jewelry in St. Louis any different because it's a pawn store? Does anyone want to demonstrate their elitism right now by arguing that it should somehow be taken less seriously because it was in an inner city and it happened to be a pawn store? Does someone want to argue that David Dorn's life didn't matter as much as Officer Sicknick's? Because he wasn't murdered in the Capitol and he was murdered on the sidewalk outside during a riot? You want to make that argument? You go and have fun with it. See if you can convince the American people.